So yeah, today's 16th of July, just before 8 o'clock in the morning, 2022, coming to you from the Daytona Beach. I had a string of just heavy, what seems like, I can call it improvements. Can't materially prove it with images. I didn't have any MRIs this year. I had some July last year. So the 14th, which was Thursday morning, I woke up, felt seemingly some numbness. May have just been tingling. May have I had it. Maybe slept weird, whatever. We'll let it go. Maybe, around 2 or 3 o'clock it may have increased. So, okay, this could be a symptom of what they want to call multiple sclerosis. But I'm making the point, I was diagnosed, for the record, 97. Symptoms probably began around 93. Severest exacerbation was 2015. We might get a train in the background. How cool is that going to be? So, time went on. I haven't had steady improvement since 97. That exacerbation in 2015 really got me good. Questioning, in the past few months, is it possible that this kind of, stress stuff, kind of fight or flight kind of issues in which a person can get involved? Obviously, Johnny Depp's case got me to research more with regard to the issues he had, as psychiatrists described emotional concussions. It's called life and dysfunction. It's a very rare thing today in psychology or psychiatry, whereby it's explained that life and dysfunction can cause damage to the brain from stress. How cool is this? The train goes through the golf course. That's Daytona Beach Municipal Golf Course. I think there's a 100% correlation between my stress of really just desiring to physically be, not even desiring it, but just to allow and receive justice regarding my children. I can't think of anything else. It's like, what the hell? And this situation popped up last year. I'm thinking Thursday, maybe what happened last year right around the same time? Mother was severely bullying me, and I was putting up with it. What else do you do? Other men I know, I go to various meetings, hear about their interactions, other fathers' interactions, mothers, with their social worker of children and family services. It's very common here in the United States of America, which obviously is leading to more drug activity. They're finding ways, like the La Perla Institute that they are. La Perla is a big drug city in Puerto Rico, probably the worst in the whole world. Now that I'm thinking about it, I might need to find out if it is. It could be. I love this bird back here. It's so cute. They're finding ways to, partner with these drug users. The Department of Children and Family Services, and down here, Department of Revenue, and of course sheriffs and police. I made some videos showing how the cartel, like Jakari Young, he's a police chief out here. He's got this cartel. He's operating through a bunch of patrolmen, and some of them are unsuspecting, sergeants, guys working up to be captains or lieutenants. But yeah, you wonder why these children are doing drugs, and I've not gone with it, so it's definitely worn me out. Maybe I can't, materially prove these things, but we can look at the times in which we're going and look at the lesions. So Thursday, definitely something else was going on, and then, alright, people are noticing I'm definitely having it right now too. Slurred speech, so we can look back at this. Speech deficiencies. Later in the day, more in the evening. Friday I wake up. Alright, fine. Oh, very important to say this. Thursday I woke up at 5:30. Like, I usually been waking up with this whole new time change thing that I had a few months ago. At like 7:30. Still kind of getting adjusted. And of course Hawaii kicked my ass. I make the point that I think it's like very offensive. You might want to stop at the video right now if you're gonna be offended by things easily. That you Jason, you caused your whatever it might be, sickness, disease. I haven't been this sick since 2012. No viruses or infections. Been tested by multiple different types of third parties, just in perfect body just yesterday. So the morning of yesterday, the 15th of July, woke up at 5:15 or something in the morning. And I'm like, okay, maybe I slept in a little bit. I feel good though. I feel better than, more energized, strangely, Feeling nauseous. Sometimes if I don't get my caffeine, I might have like a little bit of caffeine headache starting, What's interesting is Wednesday, that 13th and even the 12th, I was feeling like I needed more caffeine. I've been down to 4 ounces per day. Wednesday, Tuesday even, needed more caffeine during the day. Probably as much as 12 to 16 ounces. I've done this before though, in the past 6 to 12 months. I've got the caffeine down to about 4 ounces since about, August of last year, maybe September. So, nauseous, and maybe it could be a migraine headache. I'm wondering if this is Cadacil. For the past year and a half now, I've got this MS is just CADASIL, cerebral autonomic dominant something. So it was definitely worse. Everything had worsened the evening before, Thursday night, and then of course today being Saturday, Friday. I talked to some people too about the situation because it had worsened throughout the day on Thursday, which is weird. If you find you wake up for something or you fall asleep, you might have more issues. Did some research about it, and why things would happen during the middle of the night. Maybe you got a stroke, and in the middle of the night you didn't notice it. A stroke could be caused by a blood clot in the brain, or like a Cadacil, which is just a small blood vessel disease. I have not been tested for that though. It's a what do you call that thingamajigger? Some kind of genetic mutation. I'm not kidding you. It's like RNC, which is Republican National Congressional Committee or something. I look at it was RNCC something, and then TL or something of the some kind of gene or something. Oh, I think I see a gecko. Oh, there it goes. See my noodle? I'm not a dog model. So cute. So, alright, I decided, I'm going to talk to some people on SMA. I have a caseworker really close, and told them the situation, that I talked to some people that would be involved in I've been through this before, so just go to the ER. It's like, well, all right, so shit. My thought process was, okay, I could have gone on Thursday and just been there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or done the Friday thing whereby I'd be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and leave either Sunday after my third day of pregnancy. That's what they typically do, 1,000 milligrams, or that Monday, just leaving, with the I notice things immediately in my body, no matter what it is, even before that 2015 episode or exacerbation of MS. I would always just, you know how it is. You gotta tweak in a muscle. You notice it, so you gotta do something to eat something different, something to do with nutrition or muscles. And you know what? It being before 8, the bugs might be out because of that, or it could be the cloud cover being so low. I don't know. I'm getting hit with bugs now. So I wasn't opposed to going along with this video, and I might edit early and miss some things, but I'm updating everybody. You can see I'm doing this on purpose over here, okay? So the left side of my face was all numb. And the funny thing is, I could itch, and I would have an itch on my left side of my face. Like, what the hell? If you're numb, how the hell are you feeling itches? I researched it, and apparently there's a thing called neuropathology, whereby the pathways are interrupted between the nerves that are on the face and the brain is causing an itch. So that makes sense. Why was I peeing so much yesterday? It's called incontinence. These are all stroke-related symptoms. These are all considered okay. And then this reason I'm showing this here is because if you had Bell's palsy, apparently this would just be turned off and it'd be like, something like that. Like you wouldn't see the wrinkles on the forehead. So we're not looking at Bell's palsy, but of course this guy was diagnosed with MS, spinal tap, 1997, and of course 2021, July 6th. So, bummer I shaved and I can't itch my arm with my, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and itch this because I'm getting pitted with bugs right now. I'll get the bugs away from me, at least temporarily, So what did I do? That if I say I caused it, I talk to people like you got it, you're an STD. I think you did something to cause that. You just had a drug overdose, and the guy put this in the ambulance, put that Narcan on you. I'm pretty sure you did something to cause that. They found heroin in your system. You tell them that, and they're like, "No, man, it's not me. I'm not an addict." You got the COVID, and I talked about that. It's like, I'm not vaccinated. It's not like that's not the reason why I'm not getting sick. But maybe the kissing the girls is keeping me healthy, and that's caused my immune system to get stronger. That's hospital, by the way, Halifax. Okay, so I went to the hospital yesterday. It might be hush hush. I don't know, but they're not into the COVID stuff at all. They're very much blunt about they never have wanted anybody saying, do you want they asked me yesterday, have you had the COVID vaccine? I said no. They didn't say, do you want to get it? No, they just, that's all they did, ask, that's it. But they're not big hospital in the whole COVID thing at all. I mean, they had when I was there last year, they had it was a floor, I think, dedicated just for COVID. It's a huge hospital. It's the biggest between here and obviously Orlando, and then at Jacksonville. It's the only trauma center between here and Jacksonville and Orlando. So there's a helicopter that comes and goes, so it's quite often. Probably seen it on the videos too. So I was also having speech. Yeah, okay, I did mention that already. I can feel it right now. Shortness of breath. Hello, these are all stroke symptoms, right? But that's not mimicked, but it's similar to MS. So yeah, I went in yesterday and the MRI. Well, first we did a CAT. I don't know what they're looking for with that, but the MRI. That's my first CAT scan I've had done in more than 20 years. Been nice to see a bill for that one. CAT and MRI. It's only a quick 15-minute MRI, and it revealed multiple new flare lesions. I don't know what the difference is between a regular lesion and a flare lesion, but remember back in 2015 there were specifically 3 new lesions, or was it 2016? Because the 2015 one, the doctor said there was lesions all up and down my neck. Boot check. But these are very good doctors. We talked about quite a few things. Great. Anyway, I'm on 500 milligrams right now. Last night IV, left the hospital just before midnight. After midnight. So let me just leave it here. I'm getting bit up too much, and I'm gonna come back and talk more about my discussions, I guess, with the situation, with people, and what I'm doing. Because I firmly believe this is self-inflicted, and I'll explain what I may have been doing. I think it's related to potato chips, or bread, or white refined sugar I brought back into my diet, like literally in the past few weeks, and a lot of it. I mean, I love my sweets, So, I guess we'll just leave it here. I'm just, this is kind of like a heads up. Bugs, those seums are big. Noseum, I think is what it's spelled, in Florida. So, we'll just leave it here, kind of keep you hanging. But we're getting this thing figured out. It's a blessing.